Now then.
It seems the voting has finished. Now then, let's see the results. What? No, we're not in the voting part yet. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
The hell you saying?
Wait a second, what result? Voting time hasn't happened yet. Yes, it has. Don't you remember, Momosuke? No, it hasn't. You're the one who doesn't remember, Monotaro.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, you're right. Silly me, I'm so forgetful. Wow, I didn't expect you all to get so worked up over such a small lie. Uh-oh, I see. You're throwing shade on Maki. How dare you? Her name sounds delicious. She must be telling the truth. You kids are pretty gullible, huh?
Now then.
Well, anyway, let's just skip this trial and jump ahead to chapter 3. No! That's a lie, right?
The hell you saying?
Wait a second, we don't know the culprit yet. Yeah, who killed Rentara? How dumb are you? That was chapter 1's case. How can you be this forgetful? Also, we're being really meta right now, in a way that I don't think was the case in some of the other games. It's kind of strange. Like, I don't recall Danganronpa 1 ever referring to chapters directly, or even Danganronpa 2, and that one was literally a video game canonically. So, really makes you think.
Another shocking truth revealed.
Back to square one.
Square one?
N-
If square won, they wouldn't have got eaten by the competition.
After that terrible movie, they had no other choice.
What are they on about?
Wow, what does that mean?
It means he doesn't want to get involved in another pointless argument, like this one.
We shouldn't listen to anything Maki says. She's just gonna throw out more lies.
But if we don't ask her for more details, how will we know for sure?
Yeah, we should ask, right? If she says anything that contradicts the facts, then we'll know she is not to be trusted.
I told you already, we don't need to. I hate liars. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
You're one to talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Maki, just ignore that lying little degenerate. We'll listen to what you have to say.
It must have been a little after midnight last night. He visited me at my research lab.
Oh, did you actually let him in?
He wanted me to show him the motive video that I received.
I'm curious.
Motive video?
If Ryoma came to ask about that, does that mean you had his motive video?
As I recall, Ryoma had Maki's motive video, correct? Does this mean you and Ryoma received one another's motive video? Maybe. I actually didn't check the one I got, so I wouldn't know.
Really?
Maki admitted earlier that she hadn't checked her Cubs pad.
Then why did Ryoma think that Maki had his motive video?
If he went around asking at random, he might have asked some people besides Maki.
Right.
He never asked me. He probably never asked you guys either, right?
Did he ask me? I don't recall.
Then, who was it that told Ryoma about his Cubs pad?
Who told Ryoma that Maki had his motive video? Well, Kokichi? It would have to be someone who knew who had each pad. And if it's one of us, then it must be Kokichi. And this is why you're so against the idea of Maki's version of events here, because all of a sudden you're implicated.
It's you!
That would be Kokichi.
Cub says, gotta catch 'em all. I even got the pads belonging to the people who aren't here. And everyone can watch their motive video.
So, you saw the motive videos. Did you tell Ryoma that Maki had his?
Well?
When males get this quiet, they're either caught in a lie or thinking dirty thoughts.
What happened then, Maki? After Ryoma asked you for his motive video?
I told Ryoma just to take it from my room. I keep my room unlocked.
Wait, so you're super private and concerned about your lab, but your room you just keep... What is... You are so weird, Maki. You're a mystery wrapped in an enigma. And it fascinates me.
Wow, Maki, that's super careless. Aren't you scared someone might kill you in your sleep?
And then what happened?
I don't know what happened after that. I'm not even sure if he saw his motive video. When he asked me, he said that he would show me my motive video in return.
Mm.
But I wasn't interested, so I declined. And that's pretty much it.
So you don't even know if Ryoma saw his motive video? What a bunch of crap.
Can we see his motive video now?
If Maki met with Ryoma at nighttime, that proves he was still alive then. Which means, even though we don't have alibis from 8 to 10, Maki and me aren't suspects.
Well, not any more so than anyone else.
If that story is true.
It's true.
Then why did you wait until now to bring that up?
A fair point.
I didn't say anything until now because I wasn't in the mood to be suspected.
Suspected? What for?
Hirumi said it earlier. It seems that Ryoma and I had each other's motive videos. That's pretty fishy, right? So I didn't want to mention it to avoid suspicion.
Fair.
You didn't say anything because you weren't in the mood?
It is quite selfish to keep this information hidden because you were not in the mood.
Well, whatever. Either way, let's just believe Maki.
Yes, yes! Those who believe shall be saved!
We're not talking about a tour right now.
No, we need to wait. There is still more to confirm.
Well then, why don't we ask Kokichi?
Indeed.
Huh? What now?
You never answered my question. Were you the one who told Ryoma that Maki had his motive video?
Is that really important?
Yes, it is important. Because if Kokichi told Ryoma,
Then it makes sense he would talk to Maki.
it becomes more likely that Ryoma visited Maki during nighttime.
I see. Kokichi's response may help corroborate Maki's testimony.
What if he lies to us, though?
Now you understand why I don't want your charade. I want the truth.
Well, Kokichi, did you tell Ryoma?
Well?
You said it earlier. I don't want to die, right? If you really don't want to die, then you better tell us the truth.
Here comes the dramatic turnabout. Now I'm the one pressured by Maki. Okay, it's true. I told Ryoma.
When?
Just as I thought.
Like, it would have had to be. After 10. So you knew... He knew all along that the alibi time frame was BS. This guy.
But that's not a bad thing, right? He wanted to know, so I told him.
Well, no, the problem isn't that you told him. Well, it's somewhat a problem. But the problem is that you didn't tell us.
Have you seen everyone's motive video?
No, not yet. I was gonna wait until we hosted like a movie screening party. I just checked who had whose so I could give them back to everyone after.
I see.
Anyway, if Kokichi told Ryoma that, then he must have gone to see Maki. That means Maki's telling the truth. Ryoma was alive during nighttime.
No, we cannot be too sure about that yet.
But we can. Given Kokichi's testimony, right? If Kokichi told Ryoma who had his motive video, he could only know that once he acquired the motive videos. And he only acquired the motive videos after he left the thing, the screening party zone, Gonta's lab. And you specifically held him up from being able to acquire those videos until after 10 p.m. So it's your fault, Karumi, actually, that now we know for certain Ryoma was alive after 10 p.m. The only way that isn't the case is if both Maki and Kokichi are lying in this case, which seems unlikely because one of them has to be innocent and it would be against their interests to mislead the investigation. Not that stopped either one of them in the past, but hopefully they put that behind them now.
Even if Ryoma and Maki did meet, it does not mean it was during nighttime yesterday.
So you still suspect me?
I am saying it could still be a possibility. If there is still a small chance of you being the culprit, then I cannot trust you entirely. Because everyone's lives are at stake.
Then which is it? A lie or not lie?
She's not lying. Can't you tell just by looking at her?
If it was that easy, we'd be done by now. No, this is a world of lies and betrayal.
Himiko! It breaks my heart to hear you say depressing things!
I find Maki's testimony suspicious. It's far too convenient for her.
Another testimony that's rather convenient, I must say.
This is difficult to determine.
Maki is lying. Like I said before, a liar like me knows their own kind.
I'm not lying. I did meet up with Ryoma during nighttime. I'm telling the truth.
Is it a lie or the truth? This is the turning point. This will change the fate of this case. And I said I believe in Kaito. That means believing in Maki. That's going to snowball into believing in everyone, and then no one's the culprit, and that's just not going to work. But for now, we're believing in people. And that means I have to do it. I need us all on the same page. I have to change where this argument is going, just like Kaede did. Am I going to lie? No. Well, no, I've got actual evidence that implies the reason I thought it happened after 10 in the first place is because I have evidence that implies as such.
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
What a load of crap!
Maki only sees
could be
Ryoma
us.
at night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Did anyone see those two together? Surely they would have come forward already.
If no one can prove that this meeting took place, then there is no reason to believe your testimony, I'm afraid.
As expected, Maki is lying to us. If you can't prove your claim, then it's the same as an outright lie!
Okay, so I think I need to lie and say that or I can't say the two of them met. That's too obvious lie. Okay, never mind. So I can convince them that Maki met up with someone.
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
Like, what does our truth bullets say? So, okay, we have Maki alone. Maki was standing guard in front of her lab last night. She stayed in her dorm room only during nighttime. Okay. What else do we have here? We got alibis, file, Gotcha's count, insect meet and greets.
Yes, I...
So, alibis. This is just our alibis. Well, we can't really contradict this. This has all been basically proven, and I don't think it helps Maki in any case. We've got Gonta's account, but that is just about the stage. That doesn't help us at all. What else do we have? The file. And I could point out the file. So isn't it weird that the time of death is not listed here? Maybe. There's one more thing, right?
didn't meet with anyone else.
Did anyone see those two together?
Insect meet and greets.
Surely they would have.
What's the insect meet and greets? The other night. Wait, this is different from the alibis? Hold on. Wait, what's... So alibis... So we were at the meet and greet. Kokichi was there. Okay, so that's that. And what's what different information is the meet and greet? Okay, this is just when everyone arrived. Again, though, this is something that really can't be contradicted in the slightest. Although, like, there is the point that if you combine the meet and greet with the alibis, right, it implies Kokichi must have, if he spoke to Ryoma, it would have had to be after nighttime. I'm not sure if that's what they want here, though.
Come forward already.
If no one can prove that this meeting took place, then there is no reason to believe your testimony, I'm afraid.
As expected, Maki is lying to us. If you can't prove your claim, then it's the same as an outright lie!
Okay, let's think this through. I guess the two of them met. Now that's too obvious a lie. So I can convince them that Maki met up with someone.
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
What a load of crap!
I kind of like alibis for yesterday on
I didn't meet with anyone else.
a given claim.
Did anyone see those two together?
So this would be where I could maybe
Surely
lie
they
about her
come
being
forward
alone.
already.
If no one can prove that this...
This is weird, but like, okay. I mean, my logic there is just the timing of the owl. If we're assuming that if Kokichi is telling the truth about Ryoma, it makes sense he would go then talk to Maki. And we know Kokichi must have talked to him after nighttime because there's no other time Kokichi was available to do so. After that it did take place, not that it could. I don't understand. Does this mean Maki met no one that night? She met with no one, then she certainly did not meet with Ryoma.
Damn it!
Okay, let's think about this.
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
Alright, what's this? So Maki alone specifically says Maki was standing guard in front of her lab last night. She stayed in her dorm room only during nighttime. And I believe the source from that is just Maki's own testimony. Which doesn't really seem all that useful. I can twist this into a lie and say that I met with her or saw them meet or something. I guess. How could I know that? I have no evidence that would make it so I know that. Sorry, I don't even think this is like necessary to set up the theory of the case, but whatever.
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Okay.
Did anyone see those two together?
Okay, well, yeah. I can't... Why'd you wait until now to reveal that you saw Ryoma? There's no reason to keep that information to yourself unless you are lying, that is.
Damn it!
Okay, so I can't just blatantly lie about that.
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
Alibis. Could I lie about the alibis? If I lied about the alibis... But the issue is no alibi relies on my witness specifically, so I can't really contradict the alibis. And the file doesn't state a time, but that doesn't prove anything. Oh, this is kind of annoying. I can't lie about the insect meeting greet, like everyone was there. Right, that's the thing.
Maki only see Ryoma at night?
Like
Yes,
this,
I didn't
everyone
know
was
that
there,
else.
so I can't lie about it because I'd be caught out
See those two
immediately.
together?
This is too blatant.
Surely they would have come forward
This,
already.
these alibis don't rely on my
No one
witness,
can
so
prove
my
that
word
this
has nothing
meeting
to
took
do with
place.
it.
Then there is no reason to believe your testimony, I'm afraid.
The file just proves
As
that like he
expected,
could have
Maki is lying
died.
to
later.
us.
I didn't
If you
lie though.
can't
I
prove
fired
your
normal
claim,
bullets. True.
Then it's the same as an outright lie!
She responded as if I had lied though. So like, I don't know. I guess I can try it again.
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
What a load of crap!
Maki only see Ryoma
Oh wait,
at
hold on.
night?
That drains my life.
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Okay, I gotta
Did
time
anyone
that
see
properly.
those two together?
Sure. Okay, now. Why did yeah? Wait until now.
I was wrong!
This is
I
annoying.
met with Ryoma the
Alright, what-
previous
what?
night.
It's got to be Maki alone,
What a
right?
load of crap!
Maki only see Ryoma
Well, what
at
else
night?
could we do?
Yes.
We can say that, yes, I saw them. There's also...
Did anyone see those two together?
What does Kyo say?
Surely they would have come forward already.
If no one can prove that this meeting took place,
Prove that the meeting took place. How can I prove the meeting
there
took
is no
place?
reason to believe your testimony, I'm afraid.
As expected, Maki is lying to us. If you can't prove your claim, then it's the same as an outright lie.
I mean, maybe... I don't know. Maybe we just lie about Maki being alone again, but on the different dialogue? I'm not sure that changes anything, but... Again, of what we have alibis that don't rely on us to confirm them, so we can't lie about that. We have the fact of the insect gathering thing, which a bunch of people were at, so we can't lie about that. We've got Gonta's account, which I think is based on the magic show, so that's completely irrelevant to this. And then the Monokuma file, which has the absence of a time of death, but that doesn't prove anything. I mean, you can make the inference that, like, since there is no time of death, that means time of death was suspicious, but we already kind of, like, you don't need, right? Oh, the ambiguity in the Monokuma file was already answered with Kate, with the first worldview of the case, where, right, because the obvious thing is, oh, he died right in front of us with the piranhas, but actually he drowned beforehand, right? The ambiguity proves that. It doesn't necessarily then prove, actually he died at night. So, I think the only thing we can lie about that... And we can't lie about the contents of the Monokuma file, obviously. So we gotta lie about Maki being alone. Maybe just on the other statement for some reason?
Maki only see Ryoma at night?
Yes.
This is assuming it's a lie. I mean, they've hinted pretty heavily that it's a lie based on the kind of lead up here. And this is the only thing I can lie about.
If no one can prove place.
Okay, why is
the truth?
What? What am I lying about?
I might not be able to prove they met, but I can prove Maki wasn't alone.
How? I have no evidence to back this up. Okay.
Oh, please explain.
Well, Kaito and I train together every night.
Okay. Oh, Kaito's gonna back me up because he believes in her. Okay.
And yesterday, because of the insect meet and greet, we started late. Huh?
Go along with it.
Ah, Kaito, don't worry. You don't have to say anything. Anyway, we were doing some frog squats on the school stairs when we heard two people talking.
People talking?
We knew one of them was Maki, but we couldn't pick out the other one. But now that I think about it, it must have been Ryoma.
What?
Yeah, maybe. That was probably around midnight.
Wait a minute! If you heard their voices, then that means...
So Ryoma and Maki did meet up.
No, hold up! Why'd you sit on that info for so long?
I don't know. I mean, it's a fair point.
Because until just now, I didn't think it was relevant. I had no reason to bring it up.
Now. We don't know if Maki was really talking to Ryoma, right?
That is true. If I knew for certain, I would have said so sooner. But considering the circumstances, I can't imagine it being anyone but Ryoma. None of us were talking to Maki last night, correct? So it must have been him.
And nobody say you suddenly remember talking to Maki. It's way too late for that.
Yes. Quite late for that.
And you two did not confirm who Maki was talking to at the time?
And Maki's a little prickly.
If I overheard a conversation in the middle of the night, I surely would have checked.
Well, not everyone's you.
We are still part of a killing game after all.
Whoa, chill out. Why the scary face? That was my bad, but it's not really manly to eavesdrop, you know? I wouldn't do something so uncool.
Anyway, I know that we heard those voices. Maki is not lying.
Then Gonta will believe friends.
You're gonna believe him? Just like that? But Shuichi has no reason to lie.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes. If his lie leads us to the wrong culprit, he will join us in eternal sleep. Unless he wishes for death, we should be able to believe him.
That's right. You can believe me.
Yeah, you're right. I'll believe him too.
And we got 2 folks backing this up. And at this point, 3 people know about Maki's conversation with Ryoma. Like, come on, guys.
Belief shall set you free.
I'd be so surprised if Shuichi was a liar, especially after we believed him for so long. We wouldn't be able to trust anyone anymore. Well, it's not like he's lying anyway.
All right, that proves it then. Ryoma was still alive during nighttime.
I guess the thing that bothers me with the lying mechanic is, like, I don't think you needed to lie to get to this point. The rest of the evidence is sufficient. Right? I had the theory that it happened during nighttime before we even started the trial.
In other words, me and Maki aren't suspects anymore.
But I guess that means everyone's alibis no longer matter, yes?
Not quite. Because you still needed time to tie the rope. And I think it would take 5 minutes, maybe?
So, everyone is culprit again?
So, we're right back where we started. What a pain.
However, it should be clear now that the crime occurred after nighttime began.
Kyoko is a good example. Yeah, Kyoko. I'm definitely leaving Kyoko's shadow here as the ultimate detective, that's for sure. I need to be more assertive. Just move the conversation where I want. It's like, no, we need to talk about this. This is what's relevant right now.
But then when was Ryoma's body placed inside the piranha tank?
Sometime after midnight.
Well, the gym is locked at nighttime, so it must have been the next morning.
Nope.
That's not possible. Himiko and I were at the gym, remember?
So did we fuck up by thinking the body got stuffed into the piranha tank?
I don't think so. We have evidence to prove that's what happened.
Then when did the culprit throw the body into the piranha tank?
When did Ryoma's body get placed in the piranha tank? Maki was with Ryoma around midnight, so it couldn't have been before nighttime. And if it couldn't have been the morning after, that leaves.
The only time they could have done it was during nighttime, huh?
Yes.
Did you forget the gym's not open at nighttime, dick cheese?
Dick cheese?
But that's the only possibility, because by morning we were already at the gym.
But what if you used a non-conventional mode of egress, eh?
It may be possible they slipped by without you noticing.
No one can slip by me. I'm known far and wide as the snoozing sorceress.
You don't see the snoozing part being a problem there for your perception ability? Okay, whatever.
What a terrible title for a guard.
Are you positive that you did not see it? You cannot enter the gym at nighttime.
Himiko would have seen it. She might strike out, but she always keeps her eye on the ball.
I don't even play baseball.
But we can't disobey school rules, right? The body was probably moved in the morning.
Not possible.
Calm down, everyone. Gonta sure if we discuss disagreement.
I see through your arguments.
What?
Disagreement?
What are you doing? Let us debate.
What? A disagreement?
Okay, this is fun.
Split down the middle again? Then the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds!
Yippee! We've been waiting for this!
Jeez. We gotta do that whole crazy thing again?
It seems like our opinions are split on this matter. But if we focus on the evidence, the facts will become clear. You know, I'm wild theory on my part, but like, so obviously there's a bit of a tradition going on that Chapter 3 gets a double murder. Like, that can't happen, though, in this game. Because we need an even number of people at every trial for this mechanic to work. Therefore, predicting it right now, Chapter 3 will not have a double murder. All I have to do is show them and make them accept it. It'll have a triple murder instead! If we can't get them to see the truth, now my lie would have been for nothing. I won't fail. Split opinion. Do we? Yeah. Because we specifically need to counter each person with a different thing. I guess technically we could get around it by just having one neutral party who's like, I don't know. It could go either way. I'm not really invested on this. Actually, I just realized there's currently 13 people, so yeah. Never mind. Never mind.
Did the culprit move the body just before the morning announcement?
Okay, announcement is going to
it
agree on
not
there.
possible you simply missed the culprit?
Missed.
Remember, the rules state that you can't enter the gym at night.
Rules.
The
Announcement
piranha
missed
tank
rules.
is too far from the gym's entrance.
Entrance.
But pool next
Tank.
to gym also off limits at night.
Off limits.
But should we trust Maki's testimony in the first place?
Testimony. Okay. Announcement missed. Rules. Smokey's the only one talking about the announcement. We should focus on the simplest statements first and argue accordingly.
Did the culprit move the body just before the morning announcement?
Yes!
Angie!
I was in front of the gym with the others before the announcement.
Next is rule?
Is it not possible you simply missed?
Missed.
Kimiko!
We were right in front of the door. There's no way we could have missed them.
Remember, the rules state that you can't enter the gym at night.
Kaito!
Who cares about the rules?
Rules probably don't apply to corpses, you know.
The piranha tank is too far from the gym's entrance.
I've got this! You might be able to reach the tank from the window above the stage.
Yep.
But pool next to gym also off limits.
Maki!
Who cares?
Entering the pool at night's what's off limits, not the pool area itself.
Exactly.
But should we trust Maki's testimony in the first place?
Tenko!
It's okay, because we have Shuichi's testimony too.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess we just... Oh wait,
Oh no!
Forgot that was a mechanic. No, their arguments are too overwhelming. Just a bit more. Okay. Gotta do this again. Okay. What if they just start doing like like a K or something? I guess I don't need an even number. Never mind. There's gonna be a double murder next job. Confirmed.